Hey, it's Austin here. I'm here to talk about depression because I felt called because some people don't have access to therapy resources. You know, therapy can be a luxury, especially in first world America. Wait lists and the cost of counseling can be a lot. Even though I am a counselor, I want to just mention this is general tips. This is not therapeutic advice. You're responsible for getting your own help and your own therapy. This does not replace that. So I just want to give you guys just a general overview of depression, what it is, and how to overcome it. So what is depression? Depression is a 2-week period characterized by depressed mood, loss of interest and pleasure in activities, fatigue, everything is an effort, right? Significant weight change for lower or higher, feeling worthless, lacking focus and concentration on simple things like watching TV, oversleeping, undersleeping, changes in diet such as overeating or undereating, and suicidal ideation. And I just want to touch on that real quick is that if you're feeling suicidal, if you need somebody to talk to, you can reach out to 988. You're paying taxes for it. You can use that service anytime you want. So the factors that lead to a depressive episode include significant life events such as grief. That could be heartbreak, a breakup, it could be a job loss, it can be a death of somebody that you love. Grief is very complex. I'll do a video on that separately. Anxiety, trauma, and chemical imbalances. That's the significant life events. Now the lifestyle, there's 3 main lifestyles that have been studied that have been correlated with depression, and that's the sedentary lifestyle, the loner lifestyle, and the night owl and night shift worker lifestyle. There was an MIT and Harvard study done that showed that night owls compared to early birds, night owls had higher risks of developing depression and anxiety problems. And that's because night shift workers and night owls, they're staying up late, and that goes against our natural evolution, right? It disrupts the circadian rhythm. It disrupts our melatonin production because our melatonin produces naturally in the darkness, right? And the artificial lighting can disturb that. It can impair our social and family relationships, right? And society does not really work on the night owl schedule, does it? And it impacts, our nature exposure. We don't have as much daylight, right, to go outside and explore the world, nature. And then it increases our cortisol levels as well. All right, let's get to the tips. You want to identify your triggers, you want to identify coping skills, and you want to identify meaning making and strength building. So those are the 3 main things: identify triggers, coping skills, and meaning making and strengths. So here's the first tip. First tip is set small, easy goals and tasks that you can do each day that will increase your activity. You want to increase your activity through small steps. So that could be, if you find it hard just to get out of bed in the morning, which I can imagine that could be the case for you. You just set a small goal of make it so small that it's laughable. Can you get up and do 5 jumping jacks? Can you go outside and walk to your mailbox? It's like, yes, you can do that. Can you floss, 1 tooth? Yes, you can do that. Can you read 1 paragraph, 1 sentence, 1 word? Yes, you can do that. If you can do those things, it trains your brain to pick up the book, pick up the string, go outside, and do jumping jacks, right? You want to train yourself to build those habits each day, the small, consistent habits that you can do that are easy, and that'll gain you momentum. The next tip is get proper sleep and nutrition, right? Making sure that you're getting on the right diet, that you're having the right morning ritual and the right nighttime routine. I'll talk more about those in the future. Also, it's important to read and learn about your condition. Learn about depression. This is a great start. The next step is reading self-help books where people with similar problems that you're going through now, because you're not alone, right? People have gone through what you're going through, and they've been able to overcome that. And read and learn about what they went through, how they're able to overcome it. You might learn something. You can use ChatGPT as well to just learn about different facts about depression as well and ways that you can overcome that as well. The next tip is develop a spiritual practice. Now, you don't have to be religious or, such and such to have that practice. Just connect with nature. Spiritual just means get in touch with your purpose, with yourself. Go outside of nature. Develop a mindfulness meditation practice. Those are spiritual practices. Prayer, that's a great one. Reading a spiritual book, that's a great one. The next tip is social support. Sometimes, you feel alone, right? I felt alone, It sucks. And you're not alone with that, right? You're not alone with feeling alone, as weird as that is to say. You can do this. What has helped me is just getting involved more in the community, doing different events, going to different events and outings. Just look up online on different events in your community and check them out. Just say hi to somebody. You can start with, saying hi to like a Walmart greeter. If you have that kind of social anxiety to where it's hard for you to talk to people, just start small like that and then build up. The next tip is journaling. That's really helpful, especially if you don't have a counselor. It can really help you to introspect, to identify your triggers, which means what habits lead you into a depressive state. You could be scrolling on TikTok. That's one that a lot of people, I kind of hear, that's a trigger that a lot of my clients face, is that it's one of those red flags. Journaling can help you to develop gratitude. It can also help you to recognize your resilience because you've been through a lot, you've seen it all, but you know what? You're strong because you're able to overcome all that and you're able to fight through that. And the other tip is meaning making and goals. That one, you can journal through that. And you can, my dogs are out here now, but you can use a journal to help you to find your goals and manifest. The next tip is exercise. That deserves a spot on its own because exercise helps you to push through stress and overcome challenges in the gym. And you don't have to have a gym to exercise, right? You can do that in your house through calisthenics and Pilates, right? You don't have to have the excuse of not going to the gym. You just do it at your home if you need to. And then the next tip is self-care. Develop hobbies and helpful routines for your self-care. I'll post a hobbies list sometime to help you with that. Developing hobbies and self-care routines. And then it could help you with creative expression too, like self-care. It can be getting more in touch with your artistic self, things that you've been putting off, right? Some music, art. Get in touch with some of that. Some things that you might have not have tried in life, just try them out. Different hobbies. And then the last tip is cognitive behavioral therapy. I like to call that crushing bad thoughts. Crushing all the bad thoughts. So, I recommend, you see a counselor for that, but you can try some of the techniques out, such as reframing and challenging your negative beliefs and thoughts. That can be done through journaling as well. So I really want to wrap this up here. I know this is a long video. I try to make it short, but you are not alone. You are strong. You are powerful. Your depression is going to convince you that it's going to last forever, but it doesn't, right? It's not going to last forever. It's like a Dementor. It'll make you feel small, but you know what? The fact that you're listening to this video, that you're breathing right now, it shows me, it shows you, it shows everybody that you've survived through every challenge you've been through. Think about that. You breathing right now is evidence that you have survived through every challenge you have been through. Let that sink in. You are powerful. You are awesome. You're brave. And you can do this. I'm rooting for you. Try out some of these tips. Try out 3 of them. 3 of them for the next 2 weeks. Try out 3 of them and see if they're helpful. Reach out for help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help when you need it. There's nothing wrong with that. The last thing I have for you is remember that each day, each moment is anew. Just because something bad has happened to you in the past, it could be 5 seconds ago, 5 months ago, or 5 years ago, it doesn't matter. You have this moment right now to be the change that you want to be, to be to go on the path, to strive towards the person that you want to be, to the life that you want to have in life. You have this moment. Doesn't matter if your day is going bad, you have this moment right now to go forward in life and to make this day anew. Take a deep breath. You got this. You have a wonderful, blessed day. And check out my longer video if you need more tips on anything. And I plan to release more content to help us through everything that we need to in life. Nobody gets through life unscathed. We're all in this together. You have a blessed one.